Hey there, folks. Welcome in. It's day 308, I believe. Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, day by day. Got a question for you right off the start of the bat. Right off the top here. Do you prefer... I want to know how you guys play the game. Did you rush? Did you start the game when you started? Did you rush? Did you rush something? And if you did rush something, did you go from one rush to the other? Did you rush Slicker and then you went to Executor and then you went to Jabba and then you went to Profundity and then you went to whatever? Or did you sort of do like I did, where you kind of had a goal in mind, but you kind of meandered? You know, if you've been following this channel since we started, we kind of ended up at CLS first, and then we've picked up Yoda and Palpy and a whole bunch of people. We still have to do. We're still trying to figure out when we're going to do the Thrawn event, when we're going to do the whatever else event. But I want to know, how do you play? Like, especially when you started, did you rush something? Did you have like, are you just a huge fan of the Bad Batch? And did you rush Bad Batch when you started the game? Did you? And for some of you older players, what did you start with? Because I have no idea. You know, I've gone back and watched some of Arnold's videos from 2015, 2016, and it's like that Arnold compared to this Arnold is like, and it was hard watching his reaction because I'm filming this on the it's the 12th initially, but it's 13th because it's after midnight when I'm filming this. But you know, he was talking about Queen Amidala because the kit came out today. I know for you it's been out for 10 days or whatever, but for me, the kit reveal was on the 12th, and he was kind of wondering why they were coming out with Master Qui-Gon, because he's like, I don't understand it. I don't understand why you would do another Count Dooku or whatever. And it's like, because we already have the only Count Dooku in the thing. And that's not true, because there's two Count Dookus, as we all know. There's there's three. There's the Count Dooku that's in the game. There is Darth Tyrannus, Count Dooku, and then there's the Jedi Tales of when he was a Jedi and he was Qui-Gon's master of Count Dooku. And, if you've not watched that show, sorry if I spoiled anything, but, the first season focuses on Snips, which didn't surprise anybody, and Count Dooku, and, what happened to Count Dooku? Hey, we got Nisa the 6 stars. By the way, I saw a comment from my video. I think I'm like you guys are around 299 or 300 today. I'm only, 8 or 9 days ahead of you, so don't worry about it. But guys were like, do you have the Executrix, and are you gonna farm all the V-Bucks or just 5? Well, the answer, my friend, is just 5. Could be 6, but we're definitely, I think I've laid this out for a number of days in a row now, but we're definitely on Sherpa. We're definitely on Wicked. We're definitely on Nisa. If that surprises you, then you forgot. You must have missed what I said back on like day 130, I think is when I decided, hey, the first jail we're going to pick up is Leia, and that's still true. It's just, and if you look at it, Executrix is just something I wanted to get. but we're working on the Ewoks. Who we're gonna need. We're gonna make sure that we may end up taking Chirpa, Wicket, and Nisa all to Gear 13, so they're ready for relics when we get around to it. And then, of course, we're going for the CLS. We're using the Ewoks to get 3PO. And let's just take a real side tangent real quick, because it's been a minute since I've looked at the requirements for what's her face, for Leia, which I don't have a problem with it, but we have, so it's Krex, it's Wicket, it's Nisa, it's Wicket, it's Lando, which we don't have at Relic 3 because we bought the Shadows of the Empire pack. So we don't have to farm Lando. We will have to bring him up to relic levels. We already have Akbar at 3, which is fine. Scout Trooper, I'm not too enthralled about, but he's a trooper. He'll work with the teams. We'll do it eventually. He's our ship energy farm. We have 3PO. R2D2, who we have on the team. We'll just need to bring up. Of course, we have Captain Han, who I have never played with before. Nor have I played with Rolo. To bring in them for 5. Chirpa, of course, as I mentioned, all the way to 3. Drogon. I don't know. Commander Luke, who we're building the CLS team, and I want to take him all the way to Relic 7. And if you've missed that, I'm going to take them where they need to be for their respective legendaries. So Commander Luke's to 7 here. Chupio to Relic 7. Han, I think, I don't know if it's 8 or 6. And then Goldenrod to wherever he's supposed to be, 6 or 8. And then Chewie wherever he needs to be. But that's what I'm considering to do with the whole Commander Luke team, so that we can have Chupio and CLS knocked out for Leia. We can have Han knocked out for Jabba. We can have Chewie knocked out for whoever, and 3PO knocked out for JML. Is that right? Somebody? I don't know. But then we'll have to bring up Lobot. So we are on our way to CLS, but we're getting, Commander Luke, 3PO's on the horizon, then Commander Luke, then we're gonna take a little sabbatical and farm up our Mara Jade, who they could do so much. They could do so much in this game with. They could do so much in shows with, but it's kind of a tragedy. It's kind of a travesty that they're not even. Because I think the fandom. I think people would go nuts. I think I might probably go nuts if they brought out a show with Mara Jade, because like I said, after reading the Heir to the Empire and The Last Command and Dark Forces Rising, I kind of want to hear more. Not that they have to do that whole thing, but can we just talk about what if they did kind of do that movie in the movie? If they did kind of put her in one of the movies, how interesting that would be. And my worst fear is they would make her something that she's not, but they do that a lot, so it's kind of on brand at this point. But as for today, still trying to finish up what's his face here. We need 7 more. Can we land 7 more so that I can get this guy to whatever we need him to be? Can we get Cad Bane done so I can get him, so I can not have to worry about relicking him? He's really the last character we need to worry about taking to relics. Now, I did say that we would be probably taking Chirpa and Nisa up to relic levels, but that's like, and we made it a ways away. So now that we've got this guy here, we can be like, Cad Bane's in the relics, finally. It's like only been how friggin' long. But that helps out my Executrix fleet that I have working right now. So now what we're going to do is we're going to try to finish up, try to find, can we find 20, however many more of these things? Do we have enough? No. I was like, no, don't have enough Conquest Jive for that. This we'll do here. So that's good. She is now Gear 9, and now we're sitting here waiting on a Cairo. So I'm going to go ahead and do this, and I think this is the level where my Nisa is on the main account. I think she's waiting for the good old Cairo tech, which you'll see an update. You know, you just saw the update a couple days ago, about a week ago, but you know, we're not too, you know, we've made some progress towards getting there, but the amount of progress is basically none. No, we don't have it. I can't do that again. Okay. So this is as far as we can take her. We're still, we have 2 more abilities that we can put on, but I'd rather do that with Cad Bane. This is Omi. Probably not going to do a Omi, but we should think about, we're going to think about what we can do for the Omi. Because have I actually assigned an Omi yet? Have I even used an Omicron yet? On this, the answer is I don't think so. So when we get to Omi, what we're going to do with said Omi is we're going to shock a lot of you with what we're going to do with Omi. But we're not to it yet, so don't get your feathers ruffled. You know, cool your jets. Don't hyperventilate. Just breathe. Just, you know, relax. And realize when I put this Omicron on here that you will all probably hate me for, just realize it's my account. Because you're all like, you know, Arnold's like, it should always be for Grand Arena, it should always be for Grand Arena, and sure. Or we could not do it on Grand Arena, and we might not. I'm really haven't totally decided, but I'm leaning not Grand Arena. Why? Because I don't like to do what everybody else does. People say Grand Arena is the best. I say Grand Arena is okay. Grand Arena is a thing that is a thing, and I like things. I just Grand Arena, Yes, I expect there to be an uproar about that in the comments, but you know what? It's not like I don't do it, because I do it. It's not, for me, it's just not the end all be all of everything of my life. My life doesn't revolve around, oh my gosh, it's time for GAC. I play it. I play 5s. I play 3s. I'm not one of those people who are like, 3s are below me. I can't even deal with doing 3s. I can't believe I can't believe threes exist. I'm just like, bro, it's threes. It's fine. Whatever. Let's do it. If we win, we win. If we don't, we don't. Maybe I'll put the homie on Akbar. That'd be interesting, right? Then we can do the vaunted Alea. I mean, what? How do I have? Why am I farming these if I have this many of them? What in the world? I don't know. I don't know what just happened there, but fine. Anyway, moving right along. I don't. But back to what we were talking about before, but definitely. And the reason I was thinking about what how people farm is because I watched the Nooch interview with the community's new friend Vital Shot. I keep wanting to call him Vital Shot. It's Veiled Shot. Sorry, Veiled Shot, who was a content creator that I watched when Lord of the Rings Home was still around. Heroes of Middle Earth, and he was the content creator that when I was playing that game still, when it was still a thing. He was the guy that I watched and found him really interesting, really insightful. I don't have any problems with him, but I watched him because he had mentioned that previously that he had played Star Wars and left when Gas came out, which I have no idea when Gas came out, so I don't care. But he came back and he's like, yeah, I named my kid Revan, and Gas and Revan and Gas are my two favorite characters in all of Star Wars. I'm like, okay. And so Nooch is telling him, hey, you need to zero in on the Executor, because that's what Nooch does. And so he's like, oh, you're watching him, and I feel like he's kind of really listening to Nooch and really wanting to use advice. And so I watch him, and he's talking about, well, we need to do this, and this, and talk about Phoenix. And on the thing with Nooch, he mentioned that how much he didn't care for Phoenix. And Nooch is telling him, well, Commander Captain Rex kind of makes it a different team, which we all can agree with that, right? And he's like, well, maybe. And so he does it, and he's like, so he's going through his, so I watched the video, and he's going through his roster where he's like, yeah, we need all this for the Executor, but he's still, and he talks about how he needs BAM for his Executor, but he's still like, yeah, still hoping to open Captain Rex. And I'm like, bro, if you want Executor, you need to beeline it. You need to put down those Phoenix, and you need to farm the BAM squad, because it'll still take you close to a year. Because my thought was, this guy's talking about Executor on a show. Surely he's gonna beeline Executor. So I'm like, bro, put down the Phoenix, step away from the Phoenix, beeline, head straight for BAM. Because that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing in my new free-to-play account. We're beelining Phoenix, because I'm beelining what's his face. I'm beelining BAM. Not that I want BAM necessarily, but I'd like to have BAM already on my roster whenever I do get around to going for Executrix. I don't want to have to waste time farming Kara, farming Quill, farming IG and Grief Karga and Mando, who we just got done with like a few days ago, maybe a week ago. And I'm like, if I can knock out, in this free play account, I'm like, I don't really have plans for it, but I'm like, if I can head towards BAM early and get it knocked out, that's a win-win. Because I don't know how the squat's going to operate in wherever, but I know it's going to be decent. Did I do this already? I did. And so that's what I'm looking at doing, is I'm basically rushing BAM on that account for lack of a better whatever. And it's not that I'm rushing it per se, but I'm not rushing it, if that makes any sense. And I think a BAM rush for a new account that's because bounty hunters are part of that Java farm, and if you watch my video, I have Boosh and I have a couple of other bounty hunters, and that's the team. But anyway, enough about all of that. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments, what do you prefer to do? Are you did you start out rushing something, and did you rush something else? And did you rush something else? Or are you like somebody that's like me, where you sort of meandered, and now you're into a rush? Like I'm now into a rush, and after this we're going to rush 3PO and CLS, and then we're going to sort of meander and get the MRJ team together, and then we're going to put some other teams together before we start our next rush. Or how do you do it? Because I'm really interested to know. Leave me a comment. Let me know. Till tomorrow. Hold the line. I'll see you then. Bye.